And it's a privilege to actually be speaking with you all today, because it's a moment of joy. It's always a moment of joy for me. Um, Graduating people who joined the program having little to no knowledge about the skills that they're interested in, and seeing them do excellently well, seeing them put in a lot of effort to present their final project, and then also graduating. It's a moment of joy for me personally. I don't know about everyone here, but I think that you should consider it a moment of joy, because there are a lot of people that dropped off during the program, and for you to have stayed put for 12 weeks. Initially, the program was 8 week program, and but now it's 12 weeks, 12 weeks of intensive learning. I know some of you work, so combining your work to with learning, it's not an easy thing at all. For me personally, I know it's not easy, and I'm sure that for some of you as well, it wasn't easy, especially if you're working in a space where it's very, very, pressure is always there, and looking at the end of the year already as well. So it's always a chaotic experience, chaotic time in the workplace. So I want to congratulate you for your commitment, your discipline, and your dedication, because it paid off. And that is basically what I wanted to just start with before I get into the major TED talk and all of those. I tend to talk a lot, but I'll try my possible best to not say so much things today, so that no, it's holiday, and we're like going the next 48 hours, in less than 48, in less than 48 hours, in less than 36 hours, I think. No, less than 48 hours, we should be in a new year. And I think it's really, really good that you're starting a new year with a new skill and a new mindset and a new goal. For some of you that are looking to transition into tech immediately, start applying for jobs. And some have already started doing that. So it means that you're entering the new year with that, focus in mind. I think that's probably, if you've not started setting your goal for the 2025, I think you should start doing that, and maybe add a job in the skill that you've acquired to part of your goal as well. So without further delay, I would just like to get into, we have a lot of things to cover today, so that's what I'm trying to possibly not to take so much of our time. So I'm going to just have our first guest come on board to give us, you already know the mentor. His name is Israel Adele, and he's our product management mentor. And also, additionally, Israel is one of the directors of academia, Stratpar rather. Stratpar is academia is a subsidiary of Stratpar. So that is why you most likely be hearing a lot from Israel beyond just him being a mentor. You might also find him doing check-ins with you. You might also find him sending emails to you in the event where there are opportunities that we find you to be a great fit for, and all of those. So I'd like to um, call on Israel to just, give his um, to give his own part of the speech before we get into the graduation program. I think Israel has the larger team graduating students here. So I think the team would like to hear from him definitely before they finally exit the program. Yeah, over to you, Israel.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I hope we're good, and I hope we have been enjoying our break. So, congratulations to every one of you graduating today. I am excited to, I know I don't sound like it. I am excited, but anyways, I am excited that all of you are graduating today. I I understand that your Your classes must have been very rigorous. At least I can speak for those that are gone through my own classes, that have gone through product management classes, and I'm pretty sure that it was it was not as easy as you would probably have expected. And well, I think at the end of your class, I was congratulating all of you that you survived, and congratulations to you for surviving my own rigorous classes. And I'm not sure if the other people in product design, product marketing, if I want to believe it was as thorough as the classes were, I know it was the classes were as thorough as we had in product management. So I will also congratulate those of you that have gone through that. And some of you have, I think a large number of you had worked or currently work. You have your 9 to 5, and you still pair that your your studies and your classes. And I would say congratulations to you again for scaling. So I think from past cohorts and yeah, past cohorts, I think we've recorded a reasonable amount of success stories. And I mean, I think reasonably, I think one of the alumni that will be speaking today, she's one of the very plenty people, for many people that I have had the privilege of mentoring through the previous cohorts, and I am super proud of our achievements. Each time I see her updates on LinkedIn and how she's doing this new thing, I think immediately after our program, after she graduated that academia, she got an internship role. I think she got two offers, kind of, yes, immediately after our class. And then she went on to still join some other work on some other products or join some other organizations. And I think from my own last update, I mean, from the count, what I could, the last update as I saw from her, I think so far she's been able to work with, I think at least three organizations in the space of 6 months, I think. Yeah, is it up to 6 months? I think so. So, I mean, that's a testament to the fact that you have all you all went through a thorough process, and everyone who has gone through the same process as you has been able to, I mean, scale through. I know a couple other people that went through the courts as well. I mean, the previous cohorts that got jobs almost immediately after. I think about 80% or more actually got jobs not more than 2 weeks after they graduated. So it's um yeah, I think I am anticipating great news like that from this cohort as well. So from all of you graduating, I am looking forward to seeing and hearing great things about you as you also continue. Forget the fact that I think I like to admit that I am a strict person and not so much of a jovial person. But then it doesn't mean that I I am not happy for you. It doesn't mean that I am not I I was not excited about the fact that you were in the class and we went through. That's for those that were in my class, and for others that we probably had just one conversation that was during your presentation. It doesn't mean that I wasn't excited about having a conversation with you at the very least. I am just that very professional, strict person. But regardless of that, like I mentioned already, I am excited and proud of all of you, what you've come to achieve, and how much you have done in this very limited timeline. Going through a class that would qualify you to be a professional and doing that in the space of 3 months, that's a lot of work. It's not, I think, for at least you would hear from your alumni, I mean, from one of the alumni today, and you understand that you don't become a product manager, a product marketer, a product designer in just 3 months. You have gone through a training. It's a step to the other many things that you still have to do. For the fact that those are okay from previous cohorts, they all, a lot of them, I think about 80% of them got jobs. I think we have more than one alumni here today, actually, and they got into nice organizations. They're working on nice products, working with nice organizations. Sorry, it sounds like I'm talking more about product management cohort. Product marketing, product design, same. I know of product design people as well. So if you, I mean, for that, they also had to go through more things. It's a step. It's one step to the other things that you have to do. I think one of the alumni that is here actually reached out to me some weeks back, and um, we're having a conversation about a product that he is working on, and um, try to have some conversations around what should work, what will work, what should be adjusted, and all of those. So it's a continuous process. Your learning process is a continuous process. The alumni that was speaking to you today, when I say I'm very proud of how much I think I've said this story a couple of times, but really I am very proud of when I see, I mean, of her and the updates when I see those updates. After a class, after a class here at academia, she wanted to go, even though she had gotten a job, I think with two organizations at that point. She wanted us to still go get some more learnings. I had to go to for more certifications and etc. It didn't mean that she was not taught well here. She was taught well, but she needed to still get more. And that shows the commitment, a personal commitment to self-development. The fact that you don't need to just focus on just the things you've learned now, and you don't seek more knowledge. Um, I I have been in this journey, particularly building products for about 10 years now or more. And what I've learned personally over time is the fact that the job itself teaches you something or teaches you a lot of things. And someone was asking me some weeks back, someone I work with is asking, how did I learn product management? And my own story was a lot different. At least every one of you here had somebody to talk to you, tell you what to do, and etc. It was mine was through a rigorous self-taught process, and it was in this period where um, it was difficult to find people that could actually mentor me, and also there were lots of limitations. With having having access to people that could actually be that guide or be that mentor. And also I had to learn a lot on just along the way. I had to go from building my own, creating my own wireframes. We started if I say this story, it's very interesting. Started the first product I ever built, we did the design with Corel Draw. Any understanding the right dimension should look like, what the right color should look like, what the right color should look like. We didn't have a particular guide on how this should be done. We would just go do the sketch. I would start from doing the sketch myself, and then we'll design on Draw, and afterwards we'll move from there to coding it and then doing a trial by error to the point we had to start before we could get colors to use. We would have to start looking for the right code for the colors. And oh, this maybe might work. We'll put it in, we try it, and then we kept experimenting like that. And that was my own story. But I think it's a good thing that you have all had a form of guide over the last 3 months. And but like I was saying, the that has taught me is that you learn constantly on the job. There are loads of things that you will find out, and also I would say you should pace yourself. Personally, I have worked on a number of products. I think this year alone, I have worked. Very interesting. I think I have worked on at least I think about 10 products this year, and yeah, I think it should have been yes up to 10. And you will I found out that there are things you would figure, oh, okay, I have learned from this, or I know this now. But then there is a difference. I think the most challenging becomes when your users they need or they want something different, or I mean, of course, what your users want or need changes over time, and that becomes your guiding principle as you continue. And then you move away from just conceptualizing this. And for those of you that have been in my class, I mentioned to you several times, you don't just build things by assumption, by, oh, I am building this for myself. It must sound like a theory, like, oh, I know what people should want and I want to do it for them. But when you begin to attend to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 100, 200 users, you will understand that there is a new kind of challenge that comes with them using the product the way they want it, and then you build the product the way they actually need it and want it. So again, over time, you will learn a lot. And my advice would be you open your mind. So there is also the part where you go through a lot of learning, you read a lot of things, and you get a lot of certification. There must be a balance between you learning and then you trying things out according to the difficulties you meet or you encounter. You're going to work with people, you're going to work with teams, you're going to work with people that are hard and difficult, tense and intense, and not nice people. You're going to work with people that are not nice. You're going to work with people that are nice. You're going to work with people that are very focused and very serious. You're going to work with people that are nonchalant, and all of those. So all of these people will come into your life at some point, and you will get to work with them. You will get to make adjustments as the case may be. And you will also get to make adjustments as as your product evolves, as your job role evolves, and all of those. So the most important thing, I think the two things would be as you're learning, you're getting more knowledge, maybe through more courses or more programs or through theoretical processes. Ensure that you create a balance and you learn from the job or on the job. You learn from practical experiences, how people relate with you, how your product evolves, how your users, the most important thing, listen to your users, and also consider your team. So I think I mentioned that to product managers already, or those that have gone through product management class. So from my own personal experience, I think those are the most important things. Making sure that you're able to balance your theoretical part with, with what you find on the job. You will get to a point where your theoretical knowledge will no longer be sufficient and you will need to be very innovative. You will need innovation also comes from deeply understanding what the situation deserves, and what your users want and what your users need, and what the people you're working with, what they would need, what will be a great way to build this solution or create this solution. So putting all of this together, I have mentioned already that you have to learn, at least for this first few weeks and months and maybe next 2 3 years that you have ahead, you cannot rely on just what you have learned now or what you're going to learn in the next few days or weeks or months. You have to keep learning, and then you have to also open your mind to what you're going to experience on the job. And also I like to mention that it is super easy to whatever it is you're doing, maybe product marketing, product design, product management, to get overwhelmed by theories, to get overwhelmed by what you learn on the internet. You get a new certification, and then there's this other people or somebody that says, "Hey, you must do it in this way, and you must do it in that way." And then when you try to apply it, it is not working the way it should work or the way it was described to you, and then you feel obligated and bound by what you have been told, and then you want to stick with that because it works for some other persons, and it will become overwhelming, it will become frustrating at that point. But again, like what I said, you must make sure that you pair whatever theoretical thing you're learning with a practical, I mean, how to apply it practically. So if you have learned something and then you're finding out that it is not working because, I mean, according to what you're being taught, or you need to make adjustments, please do not hesitate to make adjustments. It is very, very important that you make those adjustments as the case may be. So again, I am super excited. I don't think I need to say so much. I am super excited about all of you and all of the achievements you have made so far. It might look very small, but then you have, in your own capacity, you have successfully worked on at least one project, and you are better off now than you were 4 months ago. So that's something to be excited about, and that is something to be happy about. And I look forward to, again, seeing and hearing great updates from all of you in the next 2 3 months, 4 months. Again, don't have to rush yourself through it. Go at your own pace, but the most important thing is quality. So regardless of, I think for me, I will speak from a personal point of view, regardless of whatever personality might be, regardless of what you think my personality might be, or what anybody thinks my personality might be, not in particular, regardless of what I think my personality might be, the most important thing for me and what I strive to do is I do a great job. My job, my work, my achievements and accomplishments must speak for itself. You cannot in any way, whether no matter how or regardless of how much disagreements we might have, it doesn't matter how you disagree with me or what you think about me. When it comes to my work must always speak for itself. When I leave or when I stop or when I have completed a project or a product or whatever it is, everybody must attest to the fact that I did a solid job. And when you're looking for someone else to fill or fit in my position, it is almost going to be rare to find someone who does the work with so much carefulness and dedication, etc. So that is what I strive to be. The quality of my work must always speak for itself. So it has to go across board as well for all of you. You need to make sure that you do a quality job. If everybody can do a quality job and we're not being nonchalant and you don't just believe that, hey, you have done your best and everybody can decide on what they want to do. If you don't deliver a near perfect or a perfect responsibility, as the case may be, then you're going to be faulted. It affects your own growth as well, because if you don't put in your all in whatever it is you're doing, there's always going to be one thing that you have not tried out that also creates a limitation for you in terms of your learning experience, in terms of how innovative you can be. So make sure that, if at all anything, make sure that you your quality of work speaks for itself. Your standard, the standard, what you give to the work speaks for itself, so that wherever you go, people can always attest to the fact that you are reliable. I love people that are reliable, reliability. So I like to be also reliable. So you need to make sure that people can attest to the fact that you're reliable. They can trust you. They can rely on you. They can always say, hey, there's somebody that will be able to get something done. And that would help you progress in your career. So that's it from me. Once again, congratulations to all of you. And everyone, what class do we call this now? Class of September 2024. So congratulations to the class of September 2024. Super proud of all of you and all of your accomplishments. And I look forward to the great things you're going to do in your career moving forward. So that's it from me. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Israel. That was really, really packed. It was really, really packed. Thank you so much. Just to provide a summary, in case your internet was affecting and you were going in and out of the call, I noticed some persons were going in. But one key thing, like two key things that I think that you should actually take, or you should not actually take, you should take everything that he has said, but two key things that I think that if you are able to really focus on and prioritize for 2025, that will help you, will help you a lot, because what you said is something that has been helping him, and definitely it has also been helping me in my career path general as well. One is constantly learn, never compromise on learning. You have to always learn. As the fact that you've taken this course doesn't mean that, oh, there is nothing else to learn. You've learned everything. Trust me, even the people who are 20, 60, no, project management was 960 years ago, but there was project management at the time. But product management, it's something that evolves. In fact, not just product management, every single field in tech evolves, it changes. Not that it changes, but it get expanded, because as the world evolves, as technology evolves, there are new things that comes to play, and there will be new terminologies that will just come up from somewhere. And then if you sometimes might not even use it in your place of work, but it might come up during an interview. They ask you what's Agile, what's Scrum, and then they ask you what's IDA, and then you don't know what it is, right? So, but some of these things might not actually apply to work, but this knowledge are really, really good. It's really, really important that you do not stop learning. You do not stop learning. Like he said, he has over 10 years of experience, and he's still learning. He's still learning new things, still finding out things that, he needs to, improve on or tighten up, because there are some products that you work on. Like I always tell the product marketing cohort, because I mentored them, I'll tell them that you should never compromise on research, and never assume when it comes to a job. You should never ever assume. Don't assume that you know it all, because you'll be shocked that there'll be a product that they'll bring to your table, and you'll be amazed that you would just flop it. You think that you know it, but you think that, oh, because you know product management, yes, you can manage every product, or because you know product marketing, you can market every product. Doesn't work that way. You have to constantly learn and grow yourself. And also, you have to also sharpen your knowledge in some specific industry that you really, really are interested in. Like I mentioned to them as well, that imagine that you don't know anything about crypto, and you don't even have any clue, you don't even understand what it is, and you're applying for a job in a crypto company, and then you get to the interview, the confidence level would not be there. But imagine applying to something that you're passionate about, and that is why it seems like every single person here is passionate about real estate, except for the product marketing, product marketing class. You are passionate about real estate. Real estate is something you're passionate about. You can focus on applying to job companies that are focused on real tech and prop tech and other building products, and you can even launch your own product. The product that you've created, if you believe that it is viable, it is something that is viable in the market, and you can find a team of developers or marketers that are willing to co-found that business with you, you can do that. You can do that and build that product. You can look for designers. There are designers in the alumni community as well that you can put it there, and like, oh, you need a designer to collaborate with you on a particular product. in that alumni, and then alumni community that you're already in. They can collaborate with you and then build the product. You can also look for developers that are willing to be a co-founder with you. Then you can build that product. So that is the two key things that I think that you should never, you should take out of these two key things. I know you think you should take out of that. If you really apply it really, really well, it will go along, it will help you a lot. Constantly learning. You have to constantly learn. And also sometimes just focus on what you're really passionate about. You mustn't jump on a moving train. You might end up breaking a leg. Breaking a leg, they jump on a moving train. Right. So thank you. So this is the exciting part where I'm excited about actually. We're going to have Olamide come up and share with us our own story, our product management story. Like it seems like Israel was saying a lot about Olamide, because Olamide was one of the top graduating students in July, the time, and she's been doing amazingly well. And when I reached out to her, she was really, really excited about it. And like, oh yeah, she was really, now that shows that, she's someone who is really, really happy to share a story with us today. She'll be sharing a story on how she was able to transition from, I think she was a product tester before she become the product tester or something. She'll give us more details on that. But she transitioned into product management, and she's been doing excellently well on that field. So without further delay, so I'm going to try to reduce the length of time that I'm talking so that we can wrap up on time. Okay, so Olamide, over to you. Let me see your emojis if you're excited about Olamide coming up to speak now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Olamide, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
And hi, hello everyone. Can everyone hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm surprised to hear these things about myself. I mean, it's very nice to know that I'm being seen and I'm being recognized, and I'm just so happy about it. So I'm going to start with congratulating everyone that is graduating today. I mean, if you went through Mr. Israel, I know how it is to go through Mr. Israel. So you deserve the congratulations. And for you to, I mean, get to this stage, I know that you must have done well on your research, done well on everything that you need to do. And I mean, got to a good stage in your product, because I know that Mr. Israel wouldn't release you without doing those things, doing your due diligence. So yeah, and for people in the other tracks, I would also say congratulations as well. I don't know how it is. I mean, I went through Mr. Israel, but yeah, I can only say for what I faced, right? So I'm just going to give a brief introduction of myself. I am Olamide, and I was a front-end developer. Actually, I studied engineering, surveying, and geoinformatics, right? And I'm currently doing my master's here in Canada. I'm studying applied ocean technology, and my major is in ocean mapping. I, after graduating, after my BSc, I was a front-end developer. The transition into front-end development was actually because, I mean, I just wanted to do tech. Like, tech was the in thing as at 4 years till now, right? But then, like, almost everybody that graduated from engineering was like into tech and stuff. And I loved the fact that it's majorly remote work, right? That was like the major thing that made me go into tech, because I love to work in the comfort of my house. That's one thing about me. So I thrived as a front-end developer. I mean, I was in it for about 2-3 years. I was working then in Nigeria remotely for a Canadian company before I migrated to Canada for my master's. And I remember when I reached out to Mr. Israel, then when I wanted to join, sorry for my light tripping off, because as at the time that I wanted to join the course, I think, oh shit. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm just going to have to quickly fix this light.
Your mic is
I told
muted.
you that. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, as at the time that I wanted to join, I remember that Mr. Israel told me that they had stopped receiving application, but like because I had a genuine reason for joining, which was I had been in Canada and I had spent up to 1 year without, because I had to quit my job in tech, because doing like as a front end developer, because doing front end and my master's wasn't easy at all. I just had to pick one at a time, right? So I just had to face my master's, and I didn't like the fact that I was too away from tech because I'm actually very passionate about tech. I mean, I get the imposter syndrome sometimes. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but I just want to be in this space, right? So I reached out to Mr. Israel. I explained to him that this is what's going on, and I think that being a product manager would reduce the coding bohaha, and like me having to think of learning, like upskilling in my coding and also my masters. So yeah, I think he thinks that the reason was genuine enough and I was accepted. And it just shows that they are not just taking just anybody, right? That's what that told me, because for you to be here right now, it means you must have done the work. That's what I think, because I wasn't going to enter if I didn't have any genuine reason, because they specifically told me that their application had closed, even though I was going to, I mean, pay and stuff, but like they weren't going to take just anybody. So I appreciated that, and it wasn't easy going through Mr. Israel. I'm always going to say it. I said it during my graduation as well. It's not easy. You have to do your research. If your research is not good enough, you have to do more research. It's more and more research until you get it right with Mr. Israel. And I really appreciate that grooming, because I mean, it's really helped me. So yeah, I'm still very thankful to him, and he's still my mentor. If I need anything, I can still reach out. I still reach out to him, like, I'm lost here. What can I do? Even with work right now, I'm going to get to the job part as well. So that's like a little introduction about me, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy. Another thing about me is I actually love talking. So when Miss Comfort reached out to me, I'm like, oh yes, of course, I'll talk. If it's to tell people about my story, definitely I will do that. So yeah, that's it. And my experience as a front-end developer was when I was in Lagos. Yeah, it wasn't easy. I mean, people that are coding are doing a lot of work. I thought product management was easy too until I started being a product manager, because I wanted to escape the whole coding thing and having bugs, having sleepless nights because of bugs, and always being on my toes. I didn't know that. I was entering from fry pan to fire, literally, because product managers carry the whole while on their heads. Like, you literally have to have a knowledge of everything. If I'm a front end developer, I don't only need to know front end. I only need to know React, Vue.js, CSS, and the likes. That's my focus. If I'm a backend, I know I only need to know Firebase and all those things. But as a product manager, you carry the whole team, including the stakeholders, the users, the customers, everybody. You have to carry them on your head. So it's like a lot of load, right? I didn't realize that until I started being a product manager. But I mean, I love what I do still, so I'm not complaining. So yeah, that's my little background as a front-end developer. So one thing about me is that I like to emphasize the fact that I was a front-end developer, because recruiters like to know that you have a knowledge, like you can relate with the developers, the engineers, and every other person on the team. So they like to know. I'm not saying it's bad if you don't have a knowledge in it, or if you don't have a background in it. I'm only saying that anything that you've laid your hands on, you should use it to your advantage. whenever you're like actually actively looking for a job or trying to network with people or something. Just, sell yourself, say everything that you've laid your hands on, whether related or unrelated. You just might not know what would capture their fancy, right? So another thing I want to actually emphasize, well, before I get here, I'm just going to say a little short story about my experience since I've been a product manager. So I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just focused on product management, and I know that there are other tracks here. So I don't like the fact that I'm focused on product management alone, but I'll just like try. So since I've been a product manager, I think my major issue, which I still have issues with, even though Mr. Israel tried his best, is research. And we can't, it's something that you can't escape. Like it's that important that you can't escape it. If you want your product to excel in the market, if you want anything you're doing to excel, you actually have to do enough research on it to be sure that for decision making, right? You need to be sure that this is going to be accepted. You need to understand the user pain points. You need to know what people actually want and need. You need to actually be solving a problem. Like, you can't just bring something out and people don't have a use of it. You can't bring it out because you think it's cool, or because you think it's fancy and people would use it. Nah, it doesn't work that way. People actually need your products. So in order for you to know how or what people need, you have to do enough research. So I can emphasize the importance of research, and I think nobody can emphasize the importance of research. And I, for one, I still have some issues with it because I think it's very tedious. But I mean, we have to do what we have to do. So another thing that I'm going to talk about, which I think it's going to benefit everyone, is the importance of your LinkedIn presence or visibility. I, for one, that's one thing that has really helped me a lot. Because if I told you that I haven't actively searched or applied for a job before getting it, you might not believe me, but that's true. I'll give you a story. So when I was in Lagos, right, I was just doing my thing as a friend. I was learning, actually. I was just learning, and on LinkedIn, I was doing this 100 days of code challenge. I was posting on LinkedIn. Even if I learn how to style a button today on CSS, I'll post it. Like, no matter how small, even if I learn how to change the what's it called, the font size of a text, I'll post it. So that's how active I was on LinkedIn. And one day, a recruiter just reached out to me and was like, "Oh, I think it was like on day 40 something. Is like, oh, I've been following you and you've been really consistent with this. So how well have you gone? Do you want to tell me what you've learned so far?" And me, one thing about me is I know how to sell myself very well. I mean, I'm very camera shy. I'm very shy talking, but I'll still try. I'll sell myself, even if I stammer 100 times. I'll still sell myself. So I just told him, I told him, oh, this is what I've learned so far. This is where I'm at and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, do you want to join my team? We're building something cool right now. And he told me the name of the company to check them and everything. And then I checked, I'm like, this is a foreign company. Oh. It's actually like in Canada and stuff. And yeah, I was very interested, of course. I don't even think I had to submit my resume. All I did was an interview the following day, and then they told me to resume the following month. And I worked there for about 2 years. And I was earning in dollars from Lagos. So it was that easy. Not like it was easy, but I mean, I put in the work, but I'm just emphasizing the importance of your visibility on LinkedIn. I mean, it's very important. And sometimes I'm off it too because you get distracted by the other ones like Instagram, the other social media platforms and stuff. But LinkedIn is very, very important. People are getting opportunities on LinkedIn, like that I'm aware of, that I know of, right? I think compared to the people that are around me that I know, I'm not even doing enough. Sometimes I think I'm not even doing enough. So that's why it's very surprising when I'm recognized, because I'm like, am I even doing that much? I think I should be doing more, right? So that's one. Secondly, my current job right now at New Pay as a product manager, the recruiter also reached out to me on LinkedIn and told me, oh, I'm building something cool and we need a product manager on my team. Would you like to join us? And then I did like, I don't think I submitted my resume there. So I did like a short interview and that was it. Until now, I'm still getting like really good and compliments like, oh, you're really doing well. And I'm really helping the product. I myself know I'm making an impact there. Also, I think networking is also very important. I don't know how tech, what's it called, how tech, what do the events are in your location, whatever location you are at. But I'll just advise that you always look out for opportunities. Any tech event that is going on, try to attend. This is because you get to network with people and you just never know who you're networking with. You don't even have to meet them and start talking, saying, oh, I'm a product manager or something. You just start with casual conversations. People don't even like when people are uptight, like, why are you too serious? Why are you about job alone? Just have casual conversations with people. And before you know it, one conversation might lead to the other. And you're like, okay, we can actually help each other. I'll give you a story. So I went for a tech event like a few weeks ago, and okay, it was actually a few months ago. So I met this guy and we're just talking randomly because he's not even in tech, right? So we're just having random conversations. He's a white guy. And then I don't know uh, what led to another conversation. And he told me, oh, I have this friend that is a senior product manager at Verafin, something, something. And Verafin is a top tech company. It's like, I think it's the most successful tech company in my city right now because I live in St. John's. And he's like, I'm like, wow, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, can you link me up with him? Just to be friends with him. And so he's like, sure, of course. He's my friend. I'll send him a text message right now. And I tell you, this conversation started from, oh, is this your favorite flavor of cocktail or something like that? It was just very, very casual. It wasn't meant to be anything serious, right? So that's how he linked me up with the person, and I was in contact. I just check in once in a while because of course you don't want to disturb people too much and stuff. And one time he just told me, oh, they're looking for interns, product management interns in at Verafin, and he just thinks I'll be a good fit. I should apply. And I was very excited about it. Of course I did apply. The only reason why I didn't start the job yet is because of Canada's policy for students working hours, because they require you to work full time there, and I'm still a student. I can't work full time, and they are very much welcoming when I'm done with school, like if I want to reapply and get in. So I'm just emphasizing your social, like how important your social presence is as whatever you want to identify yourself as, right? If you're a front-end developer, if you're a product marketer, if you're a product manager, just make sure you put yourself out there. Let people get tired of you, right? Let them get tired. Let them always see you. Open their LinkedIn and see you, because you just never know who is watching, right? So that's very important. And that's one thing that's really helped me, and I'm always going to share everywhere. I mean, I'm still going to, of course, I have a dream job that I definitely would apply for, but I'm just saying that most of the jobs that I've worked at, either as an engineer, because I also worked as an engineer in Lagos, I also put my certificates to use, right? I didn't actively apply. It was through networking or LinkedIn or someone just randomly referring me, someone that I've met. So that's another thing. You might not even meet somebody that's you need, but you might need someone that knows someone that you need. And because you are friends with them or you've made friends with them, it just gets easy peasy. If I was a recruiter, I would definitely recruit someone that I have met or someone that was referred to me, other than recruiting someone that is just saying, I'm just seeing their resume randomly and I don't know, because I'll most likely even tell AI to scrutinize the resume for me. I'll not be checking that, oh, this person did this person did this. And I'm not saying that you having your resume or something, I'm not saying having your resume or something is not important, right? Everything, of course, you have to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. All I'm saying is there's like rank of importance, right? And trust me, in the job market, you have to network with people, you have to sell yourself before people just randomly see your resume or something. So I'm just like really emphasizing the importance of your social visibility, what you want to identify as, how you want people to know you. That being said, yeah, so I'll just advise you, if you've not been using your LinkedIn, please put your LinkedIn to use right now. And I think I'm not a fan of X, that's Twitter, but I think it's also a good place to showcase yourself, showcase whatever you're working on, showcase what you're doing. And trust me, you just never know. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't actively apply for jobs if you want a job. Of course, you have to apply for jobs. Like, just never know where whatever you're looking for is coming from. So lastly, I would like to talk about the facts. And I think Miss Comfort and Mr. Israel have said this, but like I'll also say that learning never stops. Me, I after academia, I was still looking for opportunities. Of course, you want to consider affordability, you want to consider what impacts these organizations are actually making and stuff like that. So I was actively looking for more opportunities to upskill, because you always want to upskill. That's one thing, because the world is revolving and every day new things come up. Like, before you know it, this research we're even talking about, there's like there's an easier way to go about it. I mean, there are websites now that we use for to get product analytics and stuff like that. So you just want to always upskill. Right now, I'm taking a certification course in product analytics, right? And I just completed another product management course with an organization, and I'm still looking to join another one. Now, I've been doing the ones like from Nigeria, so right now I'm looking to join another one here in Canada, because of course I'm focused I'm focused here, and I want to like upskill here and stuff and see how things are done here as well. So yeah, you want to upskill, you want to look for opportunities, you want to always learn. You don't even have to join organizations, you can take certification courses, you can also keep working on whatever you're working on, like, and like have a mentor. I'm sure Mr. Israel is always there. We can reach out. Even me, I still like will reach out to him whenever I'm lost somewhere, because you want to have a portfolio, you want to have things that you can showcase on your portfolio. Because when I say people reach out to me on LinkedIn, is because they are seeing things. They will not just reach out because your name is Olamide. Yes, okay, this person, let me just click a page. No, it's because there's something on the page, right? I have a portfolio, they can see what I've worked on, they can see what I'm currently doing, and they can monitor my progress, and they know that, okay, this person has been consistent. And it just shows viability, like, okay, this person will also be consistent when they are on my team, that kind of thing, right? So you want to also do that and just keep upskilling any opportunity you have. Just keep upskilling. I think the major thing which you have done, the first step is to identify what you want to do and what you enjoy doing, because you have to enjoy doing these things before you even get motivated to keep going. Because that's your motive. Sometimes it's not easy, like just like I'm tired, but you once you enjoy what you're doing, yeah, like okay, because I enjoy what I'm doing, I want to continue. So yeah, those are the things that I think I have to share today. And I can welcome any questions if we have one. But if we don't, I would say thank you very much for listening to my pep talk. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Olamide. Thank you. This is really, really packed. This is really, really packed. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you so much for advising the new alumni. The new alumni. This is really good. I love how you were able to make it relatable and not sideline the product marketing people that are here. Thank you so much. So I don't know if there's any question. If you have any question, please, you can just unmute your mic or use the raise hand emoji. You can ask her any question concerning the product management field or generally career path in general, and I'm sure she would be willing to answer those questions. Do you have any question? If you don't have any question, we can just move on to the next part of it. Okay, going. You might not get to meet Lamide again, no, unless you follow her on LinkedIn. Yeah, I think she's Lamide Anifowoshi on LinkedIn as well. She's the Anifowoshi of academia.
Yeah, you can actually connect with me on LinkedIn and always reach out if you have any question. I'll be glad to help.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so it seems like we don't have any questions, so that's about that. So we're gonna wrap up now. So we just want to congratulate everybody. So, but I want just to confirm that you've received your certificates. Please confirm if you've received your certificate. Marvelous, Kafilat, confirm. Ibukon, yeah, okay. Ibukon, have you? Princess, have you?
Yes, ma, I have.
Okay. Adeniro, have you received yours?
Yes, I just got it.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. That's good. So now this is the part where I know we've been talking and we've been hearing all of us speak, but now I want to hear from you because one thing that we're very, very big on with academia is feedback. Like I said before, initially it was 8 weeks. 8 weeks. So now the grueling that some of you are complaining about, imagine being grilled by Israel for just 8 weeks to cover the curriculum, right? So just imagine the level of work and the intensive pressure that Francis is also part of Olamide's set as well. Francis and a lot more people went through in 8 weeks. So we got the feedback to extend it to 12 weeks. And that is why you all are enjoying 12 weeks now. So we always take feedback. I'm very, very big on it because everyone who ask me, this is basically our own research. You do your conduct research, leveraging Google and all of those, and you do market research validation, you send out survey, but this is now our own survey. I already gotten some of your responses on your exit form, but I'd like to, I know that probably there was short time, you just have to drop one or few things, but we really want to hear from you what your general experience is concerning the program and what are the things that you think that you would advise us to improve on, or you think would make the experience of the next set of people better. So the last set helped you to a large extent. A lot of things that you enjoyed this period was part of the feedback that we got from the Lamide set and Francis as well. And then so we want to hear your feedback as well so that we can improve our services and our programs as well for the next set of people who will be joining us in February 2025. So I'm just going to be going based on how your name appears on the screen. So in case I call your name first, nothing personal, it's just on my screen. So Adeniran, you're the first person here after Olamide. Please, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
thank you so much, Comfort. Thank you, Alamide. Thank you, Israel, for the opportunity. And thanks to Academia, too. Okay, yeah, so far for me, honestly, I'll really say the program has been insightful because for me, I actually never had idea about anything relating to tech. It was not something I actually had interest in from the very beginning. But I think some point in September, I just sat down and thought to myself that, okay, what other skill can I have? Because I work for a real estate company as an account officer and all. So I thought to myself that what else can I do? I needed a new skill and all of that. And I think I stumbled on product management. So before then, um there was this class that academia organized sometimes in, I think, August. I can't remember. So I joined the class then to yes, I joined the class then. So I think I was able to like learn one or two things, even if what they were saying in the class that day I really didn't understand, because that was my first time hearing about product management and all of that. But I can't remember the speakers that were in the class then. I can't remember, but I just like listened and all of that. People were asking questions and all, but I was just so clueless. I was like, how did I even get to this place at first and all of that? Well, I just listened to the class and all. Then sometimes in September, I think when I was thinking of what to do and all of that, then I got okay. Before then, I got a mail from academia. I don't know how they got my mail, but I guess it was as a result of the class that I attended sometimes in August. So I got a mail from them talking about product management and all. And I was like, I was just still thinking about this particular course. So now, seeing, because I didn't even respond to I didn't check my email for days. So the email came in like 4 days earlier or so. And I was surprised that product management, okay, let's give it a try and all. Then I reached out, made inquiries and all of that. And I was like, okay, it's time to explore a new thing entirely and get to learn a lot of things. So I'm really happy I made that decision because I actually had other things listed out. I was weighing my options then, and I also got one or two advice from people that were product management, because I had to reach out to people that are already in that field, and they're like, oh, that you can go ahead with this and all of that. That is something they feel I can do and stuff. And I was like, okay, that was why I signed up for the class. And so far, I'll really say the class has been really insightful. It has been tough. It has been overwhelming because having to also juggle that with work, like I do 9 to 5, so it's really a lot. The assignment too, thanks to Mr. Israel for that, but the assignment has really been a lot too. But I'm sure it's also like a learning phase, because through that research, even with the little research I did, because I know that is nothing compared to the research that we are still going to do and all. But I was able to like learn a lot of things from the research, honestly, things I never even had clue about, even with the way I'm in the real estate space, like, because even the real estate, I'm focused more on the accounts part and not maybe the sales and all of that. So getting to know a lot of things about the industry itself is really, really amazing, honestly. And I'm also looking to learn new things and also explore this field, hopefully. And okay, so far, I think I would say the program itself has been awesome. Like, yes, academia is really doing well, and I really appreciate that, especially with their tutors. They are so good. At least I can speak from my own particular course, and I'm sure that is also like that in other department or cohort and all. So the program has been awesome for me. I've learned a lot. And okay, I think one of the challenges I probably faced is having to juggle that with my 9 to 5 job. Honestly, there are times that, especially period in December that we were wrapping up for the year and all of that. So having to work on my assignments, having to attend of I had a lot of sleepless nights. But I know that is still nothing compared to what lies ahead, I guess. So I think yes, that's one of my challenge is having to like balance the assignments with work, especially for those that do 9 to 5. Yeah, that was one of the challenges I faced. And also I think communication, but that's still good, but I think the communication can be improved on, especially at times where we get like late information about stuff and all of that. So I think it's something we can work on too. So I think that's pretty much it for me. But in general, my tutor was very good, like very, very good. I'm really not going to, it's very, very good. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Definitely, in terms of the communication, so I want to get it clear. So you mentioned that in terms of, so you get information late, right? So that means that then it puts a lot of pressure on you, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. You would work on that. Work on that. I think that was the same feedback you left on your feedback exit form as well. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, we'll definitely work on that. We'll put it on the top of our list. Communication is a very, very big thing. So I do not joke with it at all. So the fact that it came up, it means that we still have a lot of work to do on that part. Yeah. So thank you for that. Okay, the next person is Marvelous. Marvelous, over to you.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good
Um,
evening.
I'm really happy for this opportunity. I work with academia and at the same time learn with academia, so it's actually a great honor. I didn't work closely with Mr. Israel as at that time where I was working with academia. I worked closely with Cuba, Madam Comfort. So working like Mr. Israel teaching the way he taught, at first I felt somehow. But it was later that I realized some things that how do we used to put it, that a gold that does not shine without passing through fire. So I have to pass through that fire to be the kind of person I actually want to be. And I can remember there was a class we had regarding agile agile framework. And I think 2 days later I just got a mail from a company that actually dropped an application for few months. Like it's been long. I just got the mail from them. Like, okay, you'll be available for an interview and stuff like that. I was like, okay. And on getting to the interview, what the interviewer was just asking about was agile framework, agile methodologies, and it was the same thing Mr. Israel taught us that Saturday. So on that Monday, I was flowing well. I was like, and this is something I actually didn't know. So I'll actually say, like, if I'm going to rate the lectures, the teaching, I'll actually going to rate it over 100 because it has been well, like it has been great, honestly, like very, very, very great. And to me, my feedback, I didn't really have any feedback because I really enjoyed myself. I though the training was very, very, very how do I put it, very, very strict and professional, but really let us know what you are going to face ahead because um we don't know the kind of stakeholders we'll be meeting while working. It might be a friendly stakeholder, it might be a harsh stakeholder, it might be a like different set of people. So being the lectures being harsh like that, being straightforward and harsh and like kind of let me just say tough, really try and prepare us ahead for what is coming. So I will actually say like my learning progress, everything, my learning has been so good. So that's all. I really don't have any feedback like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marvelous. Thank you. Yes, Marvelous worked with us. He interned I think that was during when Stratpar was at a growth internship program. So that means Marvelous is going with two certificates. Marvelous is going to be going on with two certificates today because he was in a growth internship, and then he got into the product. He was awarded a scholarship as well after the growth internship to learn product management as well from Strong. Stratpar is a subsidiary, and Academia is a subsidiary of Stratpar. So, and Marvelous has been really doing well. I think I asked in the one where the last session we had about when we were wrapping up the growth internship program, I asked, what do you want to learn? He said he wants to learn product management. I was like, then why are you doing so much? Why are you doing marketing? You're neither here nor there. But he kept he was just, but I'm glad that I didn't what's it called, sway you away from that part, because you seem to be really passionate about it. But you seem to, and you one thing I know about you is that you've been actively learning. You are not someone who, so when it comes to telling people don't stop learning, I don't think we should be telling you, because it's more like what you live by, more like your culture. You're constantly looking for ways to learn and improve yourself. I think that's something that you should never stop doing. Even after your 10 years anniversary of being a product manager, you should never stop doing it, because it's going to help you. Even your experience in marketing, trust me, you would need it. You see, Olamide mentioned the experience in as a developer. Trust me, as a product manager, you also need experience in marketing. You need the experience in marketing as well, because you'll be interfacing with salespeople, interfacing with marketers, and you need to be able to align with them properly. And you need to be able to even build a product that the customers would love. And having that marketing knowledge would also help you to be able to, see the product and the way the customers would see it. It's a really good thing. And thank you very much. I really appreciate you, Marvelous. Thank you so much for your dedication and everything that you've done. It's been a really good experience working with you. And also, I didn't hear any bad thing or any negative feedback from Israel about you too. So that's that's a good one. I'm sorry that I'm saying a lot about Marvelous, because I think we've been together for, I think the growth internship started, that should be, is it in March, right? So,
June.
yeah. So it's almost more than half a year. So, and he's been learning under the company from that time to now. And man, your dedication and commitment and discipline is really, I don't know if, I don't think I can commit that length of time anymore to any learning anymore, but thank you, well done. I'm sure that you'd reap the fruits of all of this learning. So in 2025,
Yeah,
should go, yeah, well done.
yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Kapilat, over to you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for calling on me to give my reviews. I think first, when sorry, when sorry, Miss Comfort mentioned that we were going to give reviews, I was like, hey God, I thought we already filled review forms, because I honestly do not know if I have anything to say. But yeah, I think first it's been a great experience. It's been a very, very, very good experience, because in the beginning, I know I wasn't really, to be honest, I wasn't sure what I was coming here to do, because it was more like a conversation that came up. Yeah, by the way, I work with Aditola. We worked together, and she was the one who sort of like referred the course to me, and we just thought, okay, it's an opportunity I should probably key into. And for the first few weeks, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I was like, okay, like what am I doing here? I'm just coasting along. And then when Israel got the hold of us and we started getting assignments that we had to start doing a lot of research and everything for, I was like, okay, I think this is where I'm supposed to start putting in the work. But it was a real struggle at some point, like Aditola said, because having to combine work and assignments and deadlines and all of that. I remember asking, because I joined, I think, second week or third week. I remember asking, okay, so am I supposed to do the assignments that were given previously too? And he said, yes, it's the foundation, so you're supposed to start from there. Hey, God. So I had to like do all of that, and I down the line I figured, okay, like the assignments are not just assignments that you're supposed to just be given to take home and just do whatever it is you want or whatever. So it's more or less like a practical guide, or like the first project, an opportunity for you to do your actual first project, like build your first product and all of that. So getting to do all of that over time and having like a good experience and a proper guide or a tutor to help you or help us through the whole process. It was a rigorous one, and I think it was very insightful and enlightening. I think for that's all I'm actually going to say. So just it was a lot having to combine it with work, but I mean we are here, so I'm guessing we were able to like walk through it all. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone. I think that's all.
Thank you very much, Kapilat. Thank you so much. I also note that you didn't join at the beginning, so I know that must have been a lot of pressure having to catch up with all the courses that you weren't a part of, and also doing the assessments. I know Israel would not even have told you not to do it. Israel would not have told you not to do it. Would have said yes, do it, because definitely, like Olamide said, you cannot go through this, you cannot even graduate without going through all of those, necessary foundation, because how would you be teaching without you having that foundational knowledge? And I think Israel was actually lenient on this set actually, because I know a lot of DMs that we got from the last Olamide set, so and these, like, but and it was 8 weeks. I can't even imagine. So I know that while you're complaining, you're talking about something, I know Olamide will be like, people did not know what we went through. As well as Francis, with you don't know what we went through. Went through a lot, but definitely it's something that would shape you, because if you don't do those assignments, definitely you will not be, it's just going to be difficult for you to be able to do it when you now eventually you're faced with the actual job, because product management is not an easy, task. And a lot of people are depending on you. The developers are depending on you, the founders are depending on you, even you are depending on yourself, and the customers are also depending on you, marketers are depending on you. So if you don't build an excellent product, and if you also don't have your facts correct, it's more like you're going to have a lot of issues, products that will just remain there, a lot of backlogs that will never move, a lot of things just going to be happening. And at the end of the day, the founders will start blaming you that they've been wasting money for a long time, but product is not moving anywhere. So definitely, I think that's major reason Israel is very, very, particular about the assessments and his mode of teaching. If it were to be me, maybe you would not be facing this much pressure, but definitely, I don't know. But I'd like to. It is the turn of. I'm trying to, uh, um, uh, um, just encourage you, because about the pressure and everything, but it was really, really called for and was necessary, because I believe that's one thing that would shape you, and by the time you would appreciate it more when you get into a job product management role. Just like how Marvelous appreciated it, but during the class he didn't understand it until he got to the interview and they were now asking him those questions that he had been taught in class. So at that moment, and that was the moment, like, oh wow, thank you, Israel. At that moment, I'm sure that when doing the class, he probably was rolling his eyes behind the camera at Israel. But definitely during the interview, I'm sure he was really happy. So definitely you all will appreciate the pressure that Israel put in more as you move forward in your career path. Okay, if we come over to you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Well, I would say first and foremost, I'm grateful for that email that I received from academia. It was like a push to actually come into product marketing. And the experience so far has been challenging and motivating at the same time. It's like a sweet sour kind of experience. I'm grateful to Madam Comfort for her tutelage, even though she's approachable, but the pressure is not here. She's not as lenient as she looks on the job. Or will I say on the tutelage, she's not as soft as she looks at all. She's something else on the field. Well, it was worth it, and it's still worth it. She's someone that will push you, and like I said in my review, if you don't know this course, you guys are not moving forward. We die there until you are able to do it and do it better. Like she's not moving to the next topic until you are good at that topic. And I'm grateful for that kind of opportunity. And what I would like academia to do better is that even after we have graduated, there should be a firm where people can come and have a refresher course, like an upgrade, when they don't have to start from the foundation, but like an upgrade to what they have learned. Like, I don't know, maybe a master class or I don't know how to put it together, but I think she gets the idea of what I'm talking about. Even after you've gone, you can come back and say, okay, I want to do a refresher course, and you learn something new and you have something tangible and valuable to go back with. That's what I feel. And I don't know if it's also possible to have a conference, maybe an annual conference, where everyone that's graduated will come back and maybe and gain one or two things. It might be like a day conference, it might be a 2-day conference. It doesn't have to be on site. You can start virtually, where people will come, they will learn new things, and that's just what I think academia can do differently. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ibukun. I'm very, very lenient though. Please don't let everybody think that, oh, I'm like Israel that is very, very tough.
No, you are lenient, you are approachable, but you're a very sweet person, but if one is not getting what you're saying, man, you have to know it. Like there's no opportunity for failure, there's no chance for you not to get it. So like I like that you're emphatic and you also follow your students through and you help them learn at their pace. There's no pressure and there's no low self-esteem. You build up the confidence of your students. Thank you so much, man. God bless you.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, so concerning the short courses and master classes, so definitely we're going to be doing that next year. So we were doing a lot of, we heard when I didn't know mention that she got to learn about academia when she joined a short course, a master class that we had at the time. That was how she knew about academia. So definitely we do a lot of that. So we just took a pause on that towards the fourth quarter of the year. We took a pause on that to actually focus on other things that we were working on, that which we'll be unveiling by in the coming new year. But definitely we have that in mind for the especially for that of the alumni as well, beyond just the short courses as well as other empowerment program, and also because we've not been providing a lot of resources even to our alumni, because we just started that recently. Try to, okay, let's start pushing out job opportunities and start pushing out content that we believe would help you, because the goal for us is not just for you to finish the course and keep your certificate and allow it to gather dust or cobwebs, right? So the most important thing, we want to be able to use what you've learned and explore that career path. Because trust me, anything that you did not practice, there's a way that it would just leave you. And at the end of the day, you will not start, when you want to go back to it, you would have to, refresh your mind. So I don't think a refresher is the right thing, but rather more like a master class for something probably that was not taught during your class, or something, maybe a new term or an advancement that we think that you need to know of. It might not be like a master class. It can even just be a resources, maybe an ebook or an article that we feel you need to know about, or something that we think that you need to read on, or maybe case studies that we think would be important for you. and webinars or fireside chats or AMA sessions that we think you should be a part of. So definitely we have a lot of that in store for the coming year. So there's a lot of things that we have for the general public as well as the alumni as well. So yeah, thank you very much. Your feedback just emphasized what we have in mind. So, but thank you. It's good to hear that what we have in mind is actually needed and important. Thank you so much. Okay, Princess, our princess. I like to call her our princess. Our princess, over to you.
Good evening, Ma. Good evening, everyone. So the journey has been great. I mean, it's been incredible and such an eye-opener. I remember telling Madam Comfort after the internship that I still feel I need more knowledge. And that was when she gave me the scholarship to study this product marketing course. And the journey has not been easy. I mean, there were times when I thought I couldn't go on, and it just felt so overwhelming. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful because I not only got to get an idea and experience working with certain tools, but I also got to build my mindset, to build on my resilience. So right now I know how it is to pull all your strengths and go for something you really want. And I have also learned to think beyond the surface. That's always think deeper. Don't just make assumptions, and try to create a connection between the strategy I'm building and the impact I'm trying to create. So the class has been absolutely amazing. And I just want to say a big thank you to academia. Thank you to Madam Comfort, and thank you to Mr. Israel for this wonderful opportunity. For anything I think academia can improve on, honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like I got everything I need, and now it just left for me to build on the knowledge I've gained. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Like, if there is nothing that I'm really happy about, I'm happy about everything, but if at all I'm saying that, oh yeah, I do not feel excited about anything, but I'm actually so excited about Princess, because remember when she mentioned that, oh, she's still clueless, she doesn't have anything, she doesn't know what she wants to do. And then, she was given the scholarship to learn product marketing. And then after the 12 weeks, I now asked her, so what do you think? And she's like, oh yeah, she has clarity now, she has everything. I'm like, so that is, that's a moment of fulfillment for me. I felt so fulfilled. When you're filled up and you're satisfied, it's like you're overfed. So I felt that, because it's not easy to, a lot of people go into do life without actually knowing what exactly they want to do generally, and having to find that answer, it's something that you should be proud of, Princess, because it's not easy. A lot of people are still moving around. If some people are doing product management, but they still don't know that but at the end of the day, they know deep down that that's not what they want to do, but they do not just have, they did not found it yet. You've not found it yet. Like for me, I have experience in product management as well. But would I want to go into product management as a full-time job? No, never. Like, not that I don't like product management, but it's not that like, I just can't don't see myself doing product management as a full-time job. When it comes to marketing, that I can see myself waking myself up in the morning and doing that. But that is something that I still don't have projects that I manage. In fact, I'm managing 2 products right now as a product management, building 2 products right now. But do I do that probably just on the side. Okay, company needs a product manager, and I am available for it, and then I do it. But that does not mean that, oh, that is what I want to do, because I do not find that fulfillment in it. But in marketing, I find that fulfillment. It gives me that joy, and all of those things. Being able to give that, I call marketers those people that brings the vision alive. Sorry, I know it's also part of product management, but I have no business product managers. Marketers bring the vision of the founders alive, because imagine you build a product and nobody is buying the product, nobody is buying into the product, and nobody is, because even people install the product, but nobody is subscribing. There is no revenue generated via the product, and that is basically what a marketer does, right? We help you validate your business idea beyond just what the product manager has done, because if someone can pay a token for your service, it means that yes, this product has, it has a promising future, and that is what product marketers do. We bring that vision, give life to it, to make it a reality. We ensure that it is marketable, it is sellable, and people can, money can exchange hands with it. That is something that gives me joy, and I'm super excited about what the future holds for you, Princess. And it's surprised, I don't know why you don't want to go into medicine, though. Is there a reason why you don't want to do medicine anymore? Because I think I think you learn, is it healthcare? What's it called? Medicine what? Can you remind me, please?
Pharmacy more.
Pharmacy, yeah. So I don't know why you don't want to do that, because even part of your project you were also focusing on health. I don't know, probably you don't, but I'm glad that you found marketing, or marketing found you. I don't know which one which one is it. But I look forward to the amazing things that is going to come out of it for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And then
ma'am.
much everybody for the feedback. Trust me, all of these feedback are going to be worked on, from the master classes to communications and all of this. We would work on that. Definitely work on that, to improve on that, to ensure that the next people would have amazing experience, even much more than what you have experienced so far. Okay, Israel. So before we call it a wrap, I would like to just give Israel one more opportunity to just say his best wishes to every one of you before we call it a wrap. Israel, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. That if people hear all of these reviews, it will sound as though I don't smile at all, and I am a wicked person.
You don't
But
smile. I agree with that.
well, they're not wrong. I think to a reasonable extent, I have a very regulated lifestyle, I think, and it goes on into work. But anyways, I think I have mentioned that in all I do, I make sure that the quality of work is 100%. So thank you everybody for leaving your feedbacks. I wanted to mention previously that um let me not be biased, or let me not say this as though it's just for the product management people. But across board, regardless of what you have studied or you have learned over the last 3 weeks at academia, try to experiment with a number of industries. If there's anything, you will come to appreciate down the line in your career why it is important to be why it is important to have a lot of experience in a lot of things, and why it is important to be able to do or to work wherever you find yourself. Let me put it that way. So I think the only industry I have not done a lot of work in is fintech, and that is partly intentional for the fact that it's overcrowded, and also I love to build products that are impactful. Um, but again, I think my experience across multiple industries, I have done practically a lot of things you could think of. The only thing, apart from fintech, the only other thing I have not done, other two things that I have not done that I look forward to doing is sound. So that's building a product in sound engineering, and so everything around all of this disc jockey, DJ products or softwares, and then um, architectural products, anything in engineering put together. I haven't done anything in those two fields particularly. So those are the things I am looking to explore moving forward. But across all the fields that you can lay your hands on in Nigeria and maybe Africa as a whole, I have done a lot of things in all of these industries. And the opportunity that gives me is that um, in the last 3 weeks, in the last 3 months, I have been called in to work on multiple products, and either by referral or either by, in fact, referrals. And I've worked with some organizations out of Nigeria, outside, I mean, within, other countries, and a lot of them came through referrals. And there would just be a mention of, hey, have you done something around this before, or can you do this? And then I am able to give a vivid example of something I have done, at least one product I have built in that field, and it's a boost of confidence. It's good that you have the knowledge, or you would assume, oh, product management or building a product is just use building a product, but every industry has its own peculiarities, and your experience in one field makes it make sense. I mean, in that field rather, makes it make sense that you can handle something when it comes your way again. So my advice would be for all of you to, as much as it is going to be very important for you to, oh, I want to build a product, I want to make money right away, and you are eyeing money, it's good that you are able to pay bills and etc. You should also put your mind. So there's something a friend told me some years back when we were starting out, and he mentioned to me particularly that he wants he wanted to dedicate about 2 years of his life, of his career at that point, at that time, to learning and making as little as possible, if that is what he has to pay as a price. But he wanted to learn and build his craft. Today, he is one of the people anchoring. I think everybody should know the experience, or maybe most of us should know the experience. So the experience is one of those people, one of those top guys that does all of those fancy and nice video coverage and all of those things that you see at the experience. And he has done, in this year alone, he has done a lot of those things for some state governors in Nigeria. For I think yes, I think there was I think October 1st. It was part of the people that did for the Independence Day in Abuja as well. So it worked, and it always works. Being able to put they call it locking, being able to put your feet down and saying you want to build your craft and build yourself in the next 1 or 2 years, and you're not just concerned about the money. Again, it is great if you can make the money as you're doing that, but you will only make the money, or you will only be able to make demands if you are great at what you do. Right now, there is a particular threshold that you must, in financially, that you must meet before I can work with you. And I can only make that request because I have worked on a number of things and I have the experience. So not just that, hey, I think I should be able to do it. I can do it because I have done it multiple times and I have been successful in doing it. So that is what people pay for. So just think of it as, I think this is getting longer, but then just think of it as, if you're, there was an analogy I give someone some time ago. I said, if you want to build a house, you don't you don't hire an engineer and say, and then the engineer tells you God will qualify me, or this is not to speak about religion or anything, but then an engineer is saying that, hey, I believe I can do it, I have a trust in myself, or a faith in myself that I will be able to do it, regardless of if they have an experience or not. Nobody wants to hire an engineer to build a building that you cannot give a guarantee that he or she has done something like this before, and you don't know if that building will collapse or not. So If that is the case, you always put it at the back of your mind or the front of your mind, whichever, wherever you want to put it, that everybody that will be hiring you also sees you as an engineer that will be building a building, and they don't want to hand anything over to you without a guarantee that it is going to be successful. So you can only be successful after you have paid the price and you have paid the due. So make sure that you dedicate yourself over the next 1 year at the very least. Dedicate yourself to getting enough experience. That will in turn allow you to be able to make requests, to be able to maybe you may not be able to do that in the next 1 or 2 years, depending on the organization you work at or depending on the kind of products you work on. But make sure in the next 1 or 2 years you are able to build a solid portfolio. When people are asking you about what you have done, you should be proud of yourself that you have done something like this. And the best ways to do that is you reach out to people, you work on things for free. Work on things for free. Literally, if you have a means that helps you pay some bills right now, work on a number of things for free. Then work across different industries. Please and please. I know for those in my class, about 90%, I think 100% of you worked on real estate. Whilst I understand that you're passionate about that, please do not allow your experience to just be in that field. Experiment across other things. Reach out to organizations. Tell them you want to do free internship with them. If they can't pay you, if they can pay you, great. If they cannot pay you, put that on. Then also, when you're doing that, I'm sorry, this is going too long. Please make sure that this is for everybody, regardless of where you're studying, product management, product marketing, product design, whatnot. Make sure that you look out for organizations that have good prospects. So when you are building your career, you look, first of all, you start with maybe projects that may not have a name already, but you just want to start with, at least you want to get the first experience. You want to know how things work, how to work with a team, how to build a product. Once you have done that, once you have gotten one out successfully, move immediately from that, climb the ladder. Make sure you're not in the same position you were maybe 2 weeks, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Climb the ladder immediately, move on to something else that is way higher than that. Then target organizations that have reputation, that have names. When people are hiring you, I have been in conversations where people would say, "Oh, is there an organization?" In fact, this happened last month. Yeah, this month I was at. So we went for an handover, a project handover ceremony, and it was with one of the state governments that we were doing a project with. And I was talking to a colleague, and then they were like, "Oh, where did you work previously? Is there an organization I will know?" So again, regardless of how much experience you have, regardless of the product that you have built, there's also the place of popularity. So that's where Olamide talked about, putting yourself out there and then pitching yourself, and then people keeping tabs with you on social media and LinkedIn particularly. I love LinkedIn. So you want to make sure that you work with organizations that have reputation as well. So that before you even say, there are some people that before I was interviewing them, once they mentioned there was something like that happened some weeks back, and then someone mentioned that, hey, they are from this organization. I could almost already tell that they are going to be good. And when the person started work, they were actually good. So you want to make sure that you also find organizations that have nice reputations or organizations that have prospects. So in the next 6 months or the next 1 year, they are able to climb, the ladder as well. As the more they climb the ladder, the more your own career path climbs the ladder when you talk to people and you talk to organizations. So these are the things I just wanted to mention to us. So please make sure that you don't focus on one thing. You don't allow just working in one field or in one industry limit you. Please explore, go out of that. If it's health tech, try your hands on every industry that you can find. Health tech, ed tech, fintech, try your hands on all of those. You never can tell where the biggest job opportunity will come in the next 3 years or in the next 2 years or even in the next 1 year. So you want to make sure that you're ready. When people talk about experience, you should be able to give them a solid experience of you leading something that was impactful. That is how you are able to make more money. I talk about the money because that's what everybody wants right now. So you want to be able to do that, but then set your standard from now, and I hope it works out for everybody. So that's just it. Thank you for listening to my episode. So bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Israel. Thank you. I think that is a big advice that I think every one of you should. This is actually recorded and is streamed to YouTube. So I'm going to share the link after the session so that you can also have, you can go back to it, because all that is said is something that is very, very important. As a founder myself, right? It's a big risk. It's a big risk to hire an intern or to have an intern work, someone who is not experienced, someone who have no skill at all. And in this space, not just in tech, in any field at all, this is me not talking from the founder's perspective and why why it seems a bit challenging for entry-level people to get a job, or it seems challenging for interns, people who just finished learning, to just get a job, a good paying job. And the reason is because it's a very big risk. So imagine you're giving a child a Ferrari to drive, someone who has not even learned how to walk. You're just crawling, or even if you're just standing, a baby of 6 months old or 1 year old, giving them Ferrari to, even bicycle, they'll not be able to lift their legs. It's more like you put in your whole business, your $1 million and your billions of naira company in the hands of a newbie, a baby. So it's a big risk for them. And what he has said is something that you can use to separate yourself from the rest, from every single person. You can leverage your existing skill that you have as a good advantage. But most importantly, do not say, oh, because you just finished now, you want to start earning the thousands and the millions dollars that they say product managers are earning, or the one that they say that the tech company, tech is for the rich. People that work in tech have big money. Please don't allow yourself to be deceived. Especially when you see a lot of things happening on LinkedIn. Some of them are just, packaging. But most importantly, you have to build your skill, build your portfolio, like the things, and that is why we ensure that throughout the session, throughout the program, it's very, very practical. And you can use the project that you've worked on to serve as a portfolio. You can even put it on your CV as well, that with academia, you did this and you worked on this project, as long as you are able to defend it during the interview. You did it, so definitely you should be able to defend it. So it's very, very important that you do not just put the money in forefront, put the money in front of your, everything, because it would cause more harm than good. You might get so lucky and someone will just say, oh, I love your drive, I love everything about you, and I just want to, but it's just 1%, there's just 1% chance of that happening. So in order for you to increase your chance of getting hired as a beginner, is for you to expand your skill. And how can you do that? You can, even if you don't want to intern, maybe you don't feel like internship is your thing, you can volunteer. You can volunteer. You can look at a particular person, or look at a product management manager, a senior product manager in another company, and say, oh, I'd like to volunteer. Can I volunteer to work with you for 6 months? You can volunteer for 6 months. Can you volunteer for 3 months? And that way, you're using it to build your own capacity and build your portfolio. And then when you volunteer for them, you can either tell them to give you a certificate, or just them to give you a recommendation. They can put the recommendation on your LinkedIn. LinkedIn also is good for you to get endorsement. You can put the recommendation on your LinkedIn, or they can give you like a recommendation later or something. And then that way you are building your own capacity. And also you can even pick a pet project yourself. You can pick a pet project and just work on it. Like the project that you worked on doing the program. You can try to start expanding on it and work on it as if it is real. As if it is real. If you can change, as long as you know the product is viable, you can change it. You can even call for, like I said before, you can call for founders. Some of the product companies that are founded about, I think, 4 or 5 companies, and 2 of those companies are with people that I met at the training institute. At the training institute, 2 of those products, I think my third project, then product management, was from one of the people that I've met in a training institute too. That was the first computer training institute I went to, was Computer Training Institute. I went there, and we've been talking for about years. But I think we should be 10 years close. We've been friends for like 10 years now. And all we've been very, we didn't just say, oh, because we learned together and we just, left ourselves. We built, that's why we left that community, alumni community, that you can all bond together. And don't just keep quiet. You can pick, you can even people that you learned with. I know that Kafilat and Adeno are very close, but don't just stop there. Kafilat can be close with Marvelous, can be close with Ibukun, because you never can tell. She might have opportunities that might help you. And you both can even be co-founders of a particular product. And the good thing now is Kafilat and work in the same company, and you're both looking, your projects are both product and real estate. You can both come together and choose to launch that product and build that product. You can build that product as co-founders and look for, you can, if you put it on LinkedIn, you put it on LinkedIn that you're looking for co-founders, so many people rush it, honestly. A lot of people are just looking for someone with a brilliant idea. Not everybody can have ideas. Some people can help you push your ideas. There are people like that I have in my life that they don't have so much idea, but if I go to them with my ideas, they are like fuel to my fire. So you can have those ideas, you can share it with your friends. You're looking for co-founders, you can put it on your LinkedIn, you're looking for co-founders. You can even come to me, right? My DM is always open. I'm going to say hello in the alumni group so that I'm going to forward the message. I think Francis also mentioned that there is an internship opportunity. So I'm going to send it to me privately. So I'm going to send it so that you can also have access to my number. So in case you want to reach out to me, if you need anything at all, feel free. So just reach out to me. I'm always open to helping or providing my own feedback and all of those. But definitely the major part of everything that Israel has said and that I'm saying is that don't let it stop here. Don't let it stop here. Build your capacity. Build your capacity. Learn by doing. You can even learn by mentoring. You can mentor people and build your skill. You can mentor people to expand on your, because the more you mentor people, because you don't want to fall your hand, you don't want to make a mistake with what you're saying. You would want to master it before you come to class. So that way it should help you to learn better. If you are interested in mentoring, send me a message or send the academia program manager a message. They would always relate to me. We are currently also recruiting for mentors for the 2025. So, but definitely what I'm trying to say is that don't stop here. Build your capacity, apply for internship, even if it's an unpaid internship. It doesn't have to be paid, even if it's unpaid. Volunteer if you need to, but ensure that you are building your portfolio. You can set a goal for yourself for the next 6 months or the next 3 months for you to build your portfolio. Then when you're done, start applying to jobs, because now you have evidence. You have evidence. Like there's something that I think isn't slang that I think Banaba or something else, is that if you don't have evidence, it will be too much talk or something like that. But when do you have evidence, you'll be able to say exactly what is, and people will be able to earn the trust of founder. This is from founder's perspective, and why we're very, very skeptical about hiring interns or hiring entry-level professionals. So it is very, very important that you build your capacity and don't just say, we said about learning, but learn and also execute what you've learned. Put it to practice, because you can be learning and just knowing, gathering theories, but you don't know practical. Practicality is zero, because you can learn every product management terminologies, learn every product marketing terminologies, but when it comes to application, it's zero. I know I've interviewed a lot of people that they just all talk. But yeah, do the work. And then you see them scratching their head and they are, and that is one of the reasons why a lot of people now, a lot of businesses, a lot of HR now, recruiters now always give you assessments after interview, because don't just come and be telling me stories. Because I've known people that they talk so well. I feel like, this person is really good. Oh yeah, assessments. Like, what's this? ChatGPT. If I can just say ChatGPT all of it. I can't really, I'm not saying ChatGPT is not good, it's good, but if I can tell that it's ChatGPT that you use, that means that you don't know it. You don't know it, but definitely you should be able to tweak it in a way that you know that, yeah, it is even in your own voice. But that means you do not know it at all. So it's very, very good that you don't just take the learnings, but you also have to actually learn to be conscious about applying what you learned on a daily basis. You can even apply it in your place of work. My first product management job was in a real estate company. I was the the head of marketing and communications in the company, real estate company. I finished my product management certificate course, and then I told the CEO, the then CEO, that I'm the chairman, that, oh, I had completed my product management course and I would like to explore a career path in product management. At the time, I also had a friend who owns a tech company and was willing to have me come on board as an intern. But when I told the chairman and the CEO that I had completed the course, because of the way I've been working, the trust, I'm like, oh, he said that his vision is to own a tech company that sells real estate. And that is how, you know, like, okay, no problem, that is going to trust me with that. And then I single-handedly, even though I did not know anything about building a tech team, I started building a tech team. I started talking to a friend, please, I want to build a product, to who should I hire? And all of this. So they started telling me who to hire, and that was how I built. Before I left the company, I worked on 4 amazing products for the company. And that's also, you can start from where you are. You can even tell your boss, this is what I'm doing now, this is what I've done now, and this is what I'm thinking to do. You never can tell. They might have you join their tech team. So don't sell yourself short, and don't compromise on learning, and don't compromise on applying what you've learned. Don't compromise on that. And also, please, very, very important thing that you should take from everything that we say, even if I'm not going to take anything, because now we've been saying a lot of things since morning. Learn, don't stop learning, and apply consciously. Learn and apply. Those 2 things, very, very important. Learn and apply. You can apply via internship. It doesn't have to be paid. You can apply via training someone, mentoring people. You can apply it via volunteering. Everything is not about money. It will pay off. It will pay off. It will pay off in time, in 1 year, in 2 years. It's not immediately somebody will start paying you 1 million. No, it's not like that. You'll be some people that are in the tech field for about 2 years or 3 years now. Some are not even earning up to that. Though, depending on the industry you find yourself in, right? But definitely it is important that you learn, constantly learn, and also consciously apply that which you've learned. So this brings me to the end of my TED Talk and the end of this ceremony. Wish you all the very best, and I'm super proud of every single one of you. And definitely, we have your CVs and the opportunities that we believe that you would be a great fit for. In fact, it's not about a great fit. Once we find opportunities, it would share it there so that you can, explore it. Sometimes you can even explore, not because you know that you get a job, but just to, get a feel of how that tech interview would be, so that you can, build yourself better for the next thing. And there was something I also always do. I check the job descriptions and look at what are the gaps from this job description. What can I do and what can't I do? So I look at that job description, I pick what I can't do out of it, and I go and I build my strength in those things that's already in the JD that I cannot do. So when I'm now ready to apply for the job, I already have almost everything in the requirements. That is how sometimes I look at job hunts. I'm no longer job hunting. That's how I used to job hunt, right? So I look at the JDs. I think that should be about 4 years ago. I look at the JDs, and it really helped me a lot. It really helped me. So I know a lot of things, although I'm not applying all of them, but a lot of things that I know is what I'm using to actually help. It's what I'm using right now to build an amazing company. And also that was what helped me in my career field. Even the projects that I'm managing, that is what is helping me. I'm able to provide them with advice cross board. So I just want to advise you all, learn and apply. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's anybody that has something to say, but if not, we're going to call it a wrap now. I wish you all the best. Congratulations once again. And please enjoy the rest of your night. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.